Hi, everyone. Welcome to my show, a new week of college basketball, second half analysis and official picks. And, of course, we do discuss the full game lines for the later games every day. And also, I'm going to start doing overnight lines, which I have definitely looked at for tomorrow. Bunch of plays I've hit already, bunch of team totals I've got my eye on when they come out. Right now, though, we're going to take a look at the St. John's game second half line. Not sure where that is right now. This is a game that I completely passed on pregame. I know a lot of people liked Xavier. I hope they cash. To my eye, second half written all over it. No pregame play. Xavier. Okay, we still got a couple minutes to go. Yeah. Going to come down to the wire, at least as far as the first half is concerned. Xavier obviously picking it up a bit. I can certainly understand why some people would have been liking Xavier to start. My numbers said that everything was roughly accurate as far as the lines were concerned, and that was the science part of it. The art part of it also told me to stay away. The psychological part of it also told me to stay away. This is an art and a science and a psychological pursuit. Welcome to the Peter Loshak College Basketball halftime, second half lines show that I've been doing since December 10th. Been a lot of fun. Mostly successful as far as the picks are concerned. They are positive. As soon as I have time, I'm going to update the entire record and post it. Few percentage points of positive return, both flat and weighted. Yesterday, and another thing I'm going to start doing, I think, if I have time, is to start discussing what I'm probably going to be on before the second half lines come up. Yeah, on Friday we did that with Fairfield. I think it was a very good thing to do. People were prepared to fire on Fairfield, and then when I said that I was doing it, and people tailed, they were anticipating it. This one, Xavier St. John's. Again, I run my numbers at the half, but at this point, I pretty much know what the numbers are going to say most of the time. Not all the time. They definitely surprise me sometimes, but most of the time, I know what they're going to say. After having done thousands of iterations of this. Iterations. It's looking like it might be a pass. Maybe a slight play. Maybe a small play on Xavier. I don't know. Overall, this past week was very good for me in college basketball. February, longtime viewers of my shows know that February has traditionally been by far my best month in college basketball. This year, January was better than normal, and the early weeks of February were significantly worse than normal. It's okay. Variance. The markets change. You have to adapt with them. But last week was sort of a typical February week for me. Shout out to everyone. I'll check the comment section in a second. Well, let me check to make sure you can hear me and everything is good. Yes, we're live. Cheesehead, shout out to you. Also, shout out to Nuke Worker, Chris Comartini. Yes, second half written all over it. I do have some overnight stuff for tomorrow. I did hit it. Hit some overnight stuff. I'll tell you right now, UMass plus 3.5. I hit that. We'll discuss that when there's a break in the action. But I do have a bunch of overnight stuff that I can tell you about, that I can share with you, get your feedback on, because regular viewers of my show know that, I consider myself to be quite a talented college basketball handicapper. But far from the best in the world, and far from the best even in the comment section of most of the shows that I do, right? Top 25%, yes. Top 10 or 5%, no. So hopefully some of those top college basketball cappers are in the comment section, and we can think this thing out together. But there are some overnight lines that I hit. UMass definitely plus 3.5 against St. Louis. Hit that one. I'll discuss the later games as well. Just want to make sure that, we'll see what the numbers say for the St. John's game. As of right now, I'm guessing it'll probably be a small edge. Again, regular viewers of the show know that I have a bunch of ways of analyzing these numbers, right? I have the pregame way and then the halftime way. And then with both of those come confidence numbers as well as edge numbers. And the confidence numbers, people who really watch my shows every day, know that the confidence numbers in general are more important than the magnitude of the edge. Right? Yes. This one, I'm guessing the numbers will probably say, maybe suggest a small play on Xavier, maybe. High scoring, of course. All right, we have a few moments to check the comments section. I'll also share with you what I bet from the pregame lines of the later games, although there weren't that many plays. But let me see what people. Viral video, Deer Slayer Ski, Nuke Worker, don't undersell yourself, my man. No, I will not. Thank you for the tip, though, Nuke Worker. Christopher Rees, anyone on SC State tonight? Yes, I am leaning that way. I was leaning that way. Hold on, let me find the Kentucky game. I saw someone mention the Kentucky game. That one, second half written all over it. My numbers say be careful. I understand. It's Kentucky, obviously, at first glance, looks juicy at +2. We'll talk about that in a moment. Bucknell game, I did hit the under on, and I did share with Maxwell Smart that I liked that when I saw that he posted it. All right, the later games, I did hit Bethune-Cookman team total under at 84.5. This game could be super high scoring. The MEAC, of course, very unpredictable conference, even just with terms of the start times of their games. Forget about the results. I did hit Bethune-Cookman team total under at 84.5. And then I took small shots on Delaware State on the under, but the big play was on Bethune-Cookman, team total under. I also hit Maryland Eastern Shore at +5. It's now down to a 3.5. They've been sort of chronically undervalued all season long, kind of like the Northern Illinois of the MEAC. Maryland Eastern Shore, kind of like the Northern Illinois of the MEAC, when Northern Illinois was covering game in and game out and just undervalued game in and game out. People are like, what's going on here? Why isn't the market adjusting? I don't know, but it seems like it's not. And a lot of people were hitting it game in and game out. So was I. It's been the same way with me with Maryland Eastern Shore. Once again, feels like the market is just disrespecting them. I got the overnight at 5. At 3.5, I would still hit it. That's a play I hit. The later games, yes, small lean to South Carolina State minus the points. And that's about it, actually. Iowa State, Kansas, total pass. The Idaho, Portland State game, total pass. Small thought about the under in the Grambling, Texas Southern game. That I might look into a little bit further. But the only big plays that I have going tonight, as far as the edge is concerned, Bethune-Cookman team total under and Maryland Eastern Shore +5. We're now down to 3.5. That's about it from the later games. Tomorrow, there were a bunch of overnights that I've already hit. We'll get to that in a moment. Okay, the halftime is up for Xavier. Let's see what the situation is. See what odds they're hanging. We happy few. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Nuke Worker, Christopher Comatini. Viral video. Sharp money. Are we live? Yes, we're live. We're live. Let's see what the lines are here. Pick'em and 77. Let's see what the numbers say. Yeah, small lean to Xavier. Nothing crazy, though. Small lean to the over as well at 77. Small lean to actually both team total overs, but a bit slightly stronger lean to the Xavier team total over at 38.5. Small lean to over at 77 as well. Yeah, this is very borderline. Regular viewers of the shows know that I am not afraid of hitting big these early 6:30, starting off the show with a big call, with a big play. I had Xavier at a 6:30 halftime line in their last game, and that one cashed. But it was because, it felt good to me and the numbers recommended it. Right now, my numbers are, mostly recommending a bit of a pass here. Small lean to Xavier Pick'em. Oh, Xavier now -0.5. Okay. Yep. Xavier jumped to 39. Team total. Yeah. I mean, the numbers like both team total overs a bit. And the over 77. Hold on, let me just enter some things here. All right. I took a small shot with the Xavier team total over, but I'm not going to make that an official play. I don't recommend anyone else do that. Numbers like it a little bit. Slightly into Xavier, slightly into the over. But I'm not going to make an official play. The UNC Notre Dame game definitely might have second half written all over it. Might definitely have second half written all over it based on what I'm seeing right now. 22-18 with about 8 minutes to go. The NC Central game is interesting as well. I liked NC Central. That was obviously, as of right now, maybe the wrong side. We'll see. That might have a nice second half play as well. In the Bucknell Holy Cross game, that'll be interesting too, although my big play on that one was on the under. Again, later on, Bethune-Cookman team total under 84.5, and Maryland Eastern Shore, I got 5. I'd still take it at 3.5. Maryland Eastern Shore, again, Northern Illinois-esque for the MEAC. Repeatedly with betting value, market doesn't seem to be adjusting, and I don't have a good answer for why, which is not a great thing, but doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't keep pulling the trigger. Exact same situation with Northern Illinois. And they did it once again tonight, +5. That's about it from the later games. Xavier St. John's. See, the problem is if I don't give a play here, then I'm going to have to give one on the Notre Dame game or the other two. Otherwise, I'll have a show with no official picks, which is okay. Just kind of would rather not. You know what I'm saying? We will discuss the overnight lines and tomorrow's games later on. We will discuss it. I feel like I have a pretty good read on college basketball right now in general. So do a bunch of our regular commenters. We'll do a lot of interesting stuff tomorrow. Yeah. Xavier. Wow. Money coming in on Xavier. A little bit on the over. The Xavier team total over creeping up. Now 39 -115. My numbers agree with that. Just going to hold off right now. Xavier still counts as a bit of an unreliable team, though. I talked about Xavier a few weeks ago in these shows. Regular viewers will remember that I sort of had Xavier circled as a team that I was expecting better things from. I had my eye out for that with them. And that did come to pass. Remember, I talked about that. I don't know if you remember that, but I talked about that a few weeks ago. I don't exactly remember what game it was. Maybe it was the Marquette game. I don't exactly remember. But Xavier was clearly underachieving in early January. Something wrong with them. They were much better than they were showing at that point. And I was expecting a turnaround, and that did happen. And I talked about it. So I'm not surprised that the numbers are recommending plays on them, both full game and at the half. But I bet the team total over for Xavier. And I even took I'll admit it, I bet a small shot with Xavier and the over, but not gonna add those plays to my official record here. Although I'll share with you what I did for sure. Xavier's still not the most reliable team. All right, enough about this game. What's coming up soon? Okay, we got about 10 or 12 minutes until the UNC game. Let me take a quick look at that just to see what I'm thinking my numbers might be saying. Again, my numbers are what drive all of this. I've talked about this a lot as well. Are my numbers the best out there? Definitely not. Are they good enough for me? Yes. Are they good enough for justify a show based around them? So far, yes. I thought they would be. That was a correct assessment. So far, that is the case. All right, so might be looking at UNC, might be looking at an over, although the total will be high. Total will probably be, I don't even know. Could be as high as 78. Not exactly sure where the second half total will be, but it'll be interesting to see. And then let me pull up the other two games. Those are going to be the only games that we're going to look at as far as the second half in tonight's show. But tomorrow should be a big show. And again, after these second halves are done, we'll look at we'll talk briefly about the overnight lines, some of the lines that I hit. Again, UMass. I'll share that with you right now. I did hit it, 3.5. UMass is a young team, not a quality team, but a young team that you figured was probably going to improve more than the market was likely to give it credit for as the season wore on. That does seem to have happened. That was a very impressive, hanging tough with Dayton in their last game. And here they are, a home dog against St. Louis. St. Louis is a nice team, but flawed, of course. And I took UMass plus 3.5. Okay. All right, that's it for, Bucknell Holy Cross. That's going to be tough. Yeah. Maybe a play on Holy Cross, we'll see. The NC Central game. It's going to be tough as well. All right, we'll see. We'll see what the actual lines are and what the situation is, what the situations are when the second halves are up. Let's look at the comment section right now. Cheesehead likes Alcorn State. Okay. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I did look at that. I did run the numbers. Nothing particularly jumped out at me. Let me pull up my sheets actually for the full games just to let you know what they say and why I might not have. Let me see. Let me pull that sheet up. So many sheets, so many links, everything all over the place. Hold on one second. Where are we? Here we go. Okay. Click on that. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Sorry. Alcorn State. Yeah, I didn't look into it too deeply. My numbers indicated that the line was roughly appropriate. It's gotten bet down. And Arkansas Pine Bluff was a team that I had been betting. Regular viewers of the show will also remember that. Another team similar to Maryland Eastern Shore, kind of a low-scoring team that was often an underdog that was getting a few too many points. Their ATS value has sort of waned in recent games. They've started to get blown out, which tends to happen to teams like that at this point in the year. But earlier, especially when they were a home dog, the Jackson State game, I don't remember which games I gave out in the show, but I mentioned that I was on Arkansas Pine Bluff as a home dog, and a bunch of those games expect to be low-scoring close, very exactly the same as the Eastern Shore game tonight. Okay, let's look at some other comments. Leonard Porsche Jr., what's up, Pete? What's up, Leonard Porsche Jr.? Let's look at some comments here, and then we'll start. Yeah, Chris Reese, Kentucky looking super juicy tomorrow. I understand why you would say that, and I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just not agreeing with it yet either. That's not one of the plays that I hit. It's definitely a game that has second half written all over it. I'm going to look into it a little bit more in depth, later on tonight. But initially, it was definitely not a no-brainer thing to me. Nuke Worker says, don't force a Pete if it's not there. Yes, thank you for the reminder, Nuke Worker. We need to remind ourselves over and over again of the things that we know we should do or shouldn't do, but that it's easy to forget, right? You're not telling people, they already know it. You're just trying to remind them not to forget it. Very important. Much more important in life to remind people of things that they should not forget than to tell them some new shit. Because pretty much everyone already knows everything, right? What happens is you start to forget shit. Thank you, Viral Video. Nuke Worker, for telling me not to force it. All right. Tease, shout out to you. Pete, I finally catch you live, brother. Let's get some winners. That's what we're trying to do here, Tease. I don't know about the second half stuff tonight, but I do have some overnight plays that I'm definitely liking. And I also liked the Bethune-Cookman team total under that I think is off now. But, okay, I think we have a few minutes. Let's look at the overnight lines from tomorrow. I'll share with you what I hit. Again, UMass, plus 3.5. I hit that one. Another play that I hit. This probably will not come as a surprise to anyone who's been watching these shows. Penn State, minus 6.5. Yes, I hit it. Illinois is a quality team. They did have an injury, though, in their last game to their top scorer, which is, it's neither here nor there, actually. It's a play on Penn State. The top guy going down for Illinois is actually, the guys who replace him, might outperform what he would have done, which happens all the time in the pros and college. With Penn State, we've talked about this. Penn State is one of these programs they've got a fire under them, a real legit fire. They've been covering game in and game out, and, the market will adjust, and it is adjusting. I've noticed that, but I don't know if it's going to adjust enough. And in this situation, I don't think that it has. This is the kind of team that is going to keep playing hard, game in and game out, looking for margin wins, especially at home. 6.5, I took that one. I'm also probably going to be looking at the Penn State team total over. I think I like that one more tomorrow. 72.5, 73, something like that. We'll see what the line is when it comes out. But Penn State team total over is something that I like. Penn State minus the points. I hit that one. The Buffalo-Ball State game is also very interesting. Buffalo, usually with a strong home court advantage, right? This year, that has not been the case, strangely. Numbers hanging a little bit low. Ball State, of course, slow-paced team. They tend to play lower-scoring games, although they played Buffalo once this year at Ball State and blew them out. I like Buffalo here a bit. I like the over a little bit more, and the Buffalo team total over, about 73 or so, as well. Other games that I hit. I took a small shot with Ole Miss and Missouri over 132. I know that Missouri is a defense-oriented team, but a game like this, it's a low total. Over 132. I hit that one. And I guess that's about it. Dayton VCU, very interesting. Dayton VCU. They played once, right? When you have a team like Dayton and they're going up against a team like VCU, you're thinking, well, how will they handle VCU's style, VCU's pressure? They already did it once, and it didn't really matter. Dayton won by double digits. Now VCU's at home. I know. I don't know. VCU is I'm not sure they're going to be able to do anything different. I kind of like the under at 144 and the VCU team total under. Dayton -3 could be a trap, but my numbers like Dayton. And I took a small shot with the under, and will probably take a small shot with the VCU team total under as well, like 71 or so. Maybe VCU will be able to do something different than they were able to do the first game. If they do, congratulations. But, Dayton is the real deal. And this is one of those games where I would have been, ready to pound the hell out of VCU at plus 9.5, But it wasn't 9.5. It was 3. So the market's aware. Baylor, Oklahoma, similar situation. Again, suspiciously low line. Liking the under at 135. Oklahoma couldn't hang with Kansas at home. Again, this is another one. ready to pull the trigger on Oklahoma plus 10.5. But at 3, it's Baylor or nothing. Creighton Marquette, second half written all over it. This one, Creighton obviously is playing great. I'm going to be looking at the first half over on that one. I like the over as well at 154.5. But the first half should be 73-ish tomorrow. And that's a play that I'm definitely going to be hitting. First half over, Creighton and Marquette. And game also has second half written all over it, to my eye. But those are the big plays I'm liking. UMass, Penn State. And then the team totals I'm thinking about, I haven't done the whole card, but team totals I'm thinking about, Penn State team total over, Buffalo team total over, Creighton Marquette first half over, VCU team total under, and that's about it. Let's look at the comments section. Chris Comatini says Marquette is a second half team. Yeah. Creighton first half team total over might be worth a play as well. Chris Comatini, shout out to you. I was thinking about that as well. Creighton first half team total over might also be worth a shot. Chris Comatini, over 141 in Buffalo. Yes, I do like that one. I mentioned it. Again, Buffalo's been kind of a quirky team at home. They usually impose their will as far as the pace is concerned, and they're usually a tough out, straight up and against the spread at home. That hasn't been the case in 2020. But I like it tomorrow, the over and the Buffalo team total over. Let's see. What else do we have here? Boston Nick, MMA. Pete, need to run something by you later. Cool. On your DM, hit me up, Boston Nick. Absolutely. Other comments coming in. Let me see. All right, let me see. Rich G was on NCAAB -2. All right, well, I took NC Central. And once again, Rich G and I on opposite sides, and Rich G, as of right now, clearly on the right side. Wow. Very nice job, Rich fucking G. Rich motherfucking G. Also like in Alcorn State, first half -1, and Kansas -16. All right. All right. Let's see what's up with the UNC game. What's going on here? Let me do all this. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting stuff. The UNC second half line should be up in a moment. I wonder what these lines will be. I'm going to guess probably, pick them, and I don't know. Where are we? No, probably actually Notre Dame minus. I'm going to guess Notre Dame -1 and maybe 77. I'll be interested to see. Got to run the numbers too. Okay. Tomorrow should be good. A lot of second half written all over it type stuff that I'm seeing for tomorrow. Tune in, boys. I feel kind of dialed in, roughly dialed in to college basketball. I hope those aren't famous last words, but yeah, the Buffalo game, second half written all over it tomorrow. A lot of these MAC games, the Ohio game, Eastern Michigan, Florida, second half written all over it. Purdue, Wisconsin, second half written all over it. Merrimack Bryant, the UMass game. Every game has second half written all over it for 7 o'clock tomorrow. Wow. Yeah, pretty much all of them. Hopefully we'll have a bunch of low-hanging fruits tomorrow. Hopefully. You never know, though. It's just like farming. You never know what's going to come. All right, 1.5 and 78.5. Yeah, my number's like just a little bit UNC. Plus 1.5. Nothing crazy, but they like it. Plus 1.5, UNC. And a little bit the over at 78.5, and a little bit more so the UNC team total over at 38.5. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a huge edge. The confidence is good, though. I don't like betting against Notre Dame, especially at home. Numbers like UNC, just a bit. So let me check a couple things here. Again, when we have not that many games, I'm able to play around with the columns and rows here. Columns and rows here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow, it's moved up. Money coming in on Notre Dame. My number's like North Carolina, just a bit at plus 1.5. Small lean to the over, small lean to the North Carolina team total over at 38.5. Bucknell game should be up as well. Let's check that. I got to have at least one official play here. Mm-hmm. All right, the number's like Holy Cross. That'll be an official play. Holy Cross plus 1.5 will be an official play. So we got at least one in here. Numbers like Holy Cross. Holy Cross plus 1.5. They like it medium. Medium or medium small. Again, let me just check one thing. Holy Cross plus 1.5. Definitely an official play. Let's check something here. Sorry, it's a one-man operation here, so I do everything myself. I do everything myself. Even making the coffee, I do it myself. Tech work, graphics, one-man operation. Numbers like Holy Cross. We'll grade it medium small. Let's not go crazy here. Medium small, plus 1.5. I'm already on the under on this one. And then the total, nothing really. Very small lean to Bucknell under, 38. Very small lean to Bucknell under 38. Holy Cross plus 1.5 official play. Could have been graded medium. I decided to go with medium small. At least we have one here. All right, let's get back to the major conference games. Nothing really, no movement. UNC plus 1.5. They like it a little bit. Nothing crazy, but a little bit. I messed around with some rows and columns. Didn't really come up with anything. It's an art and a science. The science says take UNC just a little bit. The artist in me says be careful, Pete. Betting against Notre Dame at home, very treacherous. Treacherous as hell. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll make the UNC over 38.5 in official play. UNC team total over 38.5 in official play. Obviously correlated with the spread. Numbers like the over a little bit also. Decent amount, actually. UNC team total over 38.5. Regular viewers of my show also know that in general, my team totals are the strongest plays, both pregame and at the second half, at the halftime. All right, we'll grade this one medium. Could be medium big. We'll just grade it medium. UNC team total over 38.5, graded medium. Numbers also like UNC a little bit, and the over 78 a little bit. Sorry, 78.5 a little bit. But we suffer from AIPP, which regular viewers of my show also know about. So we'll stick with play that is a little bit better as far as EV and confidence is concerned, and that is over 38.5. UNC team total over 38.5. Graded medium. Holy Cross plus 1.5. Graded medium small. And then the NCAAB game, Rich G, unreal. All jokes aside, Rich G, very impressive. College basketball handicapper in general. Very nice. We'll see what the lines are. Shout out to everyone. Nasty Nate, says, I'm on Notre Dame. Okay. Tell us why. Nuke Workers on NC full game. We could easily cash this one. This could easily be like 46-43. See this time and time again. My numbers like a side and the over, or the side and a total. And the team total is a safer play. UNC team total over 38.5. Graded medium. Nasty Nate likes Notre Dame. This one has 46-43 written all over it. Over cashes easily. Both team total overs cash easily, and UNC covers just a bit. Let's see. Oh, we got a spammer here. Your favorite uncle with a picture of Hitler. Who's this guy? Let's get on this guy. Ban him. Very nice. Once again, spammers and haters indicate that you got something worth spamming and hating, right? It's always nice to see. People telling you they love your show, it's great. But if you're really doing something good, you also want to see spammers, people with, using the N-word and Hitler and all that stuff, trying to spam you and hate on you and mess everything up. That's how you know you really got something. People are handicapping NASCAR, which I wish I had the time to do as well. Very interesting NASCAR. Okay, we're just waiting for the NCAAB game to come up. Second half, once again, Holy Cross plus 1.5 graded medium small, and UNC over 38.5 graded medium. Nasty Nate likes Notre Dame. My numbers, a small edge to UNC and a small edge to the over. Wow, over now 79. Yeah, my numbers like the over. And the market is agreeing, obviously. UNC team total now at 39. I think that's a solid play. Probably the over is stronger than the UNC team total over, although my numbers like the UNC team total over more. All right, 4 games, but 2 plays. Not bad. That's all we could hope for. We're gonna wait for the NCAAB game to come up, which is probably gonna have nothing. And then we'll wrap it up. Looking forward to tomorrow, though. I did go over the overnight games that I liked. If anyone wants to go over them again, I'll be happy to. If not, we'll wrap it up, and I'll start digging deeper into some of these overnight lines that look interesting. Arkansas, Florida. Any game involving Arkansas, always very interesting to me from a stats perspective. Eastern Michigan. Possibly a live home dog. I want to look into that one a little bit more as well. Florida State and Pittsburgh. Florida State, a deep team, might have betting value in the home stretch here. Kentucky, LSU. The line movement on this one will be, I think, very telling and very interesting. If this one is LSU -3 by tomorrow or tip, be wary. All right, maybe we should just wrap up before the NCAAB game. All right, here's the halftime line. Halftime situation. Yeah, it's probably going to be nothing. Probably going to be extremely low confidence. When I run the numbers, almost definitely going to be nothing here. I'll run it anyway. Deer Slayer Ski, shout out to you. And people discussing NASCAR here. Wish I had the time. Maybe I will, in the future, try. Sports Keg, shout out to you. Sports Keg, handicapping NASCAR. Man, I wish I had the time to look into that. Colv Corleone, shout out to you. I want to get the time to start doing MMA again. And most importantly, MLB. Got to start prepping for MLB. I already consider myself behind on my MLB preparation. Man, Sports Keg handing out massive dogs in NASCAR. Nice job, Sports Keg. Yeah, NASCAR, man. You can really find big value on big fields like that. Golf, sport, horse racing. NASCAR. Wish I had the time to look into it. Shout out to you, Sports Keg. Sports Keg, my overnight plays. UMass +3.5. Penn State -6.5. I don't know if those are winners, but they're definitely plays that I bet. And that's all I can guarantee. Penn State 6.5, UMass 3.5. Okay. Let's quickly look at the NCAAB game. 3.5 and 72. Low confidence all around. Actually, in the gutter confidence all around. Extremely insecure. My numbers are, my spreadsheets are about what they are recommending here. Extremely insecure lean to the under. And off the charts insecure lean to NCAAB. Yeah, they like, wow. Pre-game is one of the situations. Pre-game numbers like NC Central. Pre-game analysis recommends a play on NC Central. Second half, the halftime numbers like NCAAB. NC Central under 38 team total also. I'm going to bet that. I don't recommend you do it, though, but NC Central under 38. I did just bet it. Numbers like it. Extremely low confidence, though, which is why I don't make it an official play. They like NC Central team total under. They like NCAAB plus 3.5. Of course, if you had been listening to Rich G, you'd have NCAAB minus 2 on the whole game instead of taking them on the second half where you got them minus 17. But they like it. NC Central unders 38. So borderline. Slight lean to the NCAAB team total under as well, and the under at 72. But NC Central team total under 38. I can't give that as an official play. I bet it, but I can't give it as an official play. All right, that's it. That's it for today's show. People talking NASCAR, man. Man, I wish I had time to look at that and talk about it with you. Man. I wish I had time to find out who the hell Hamlin is. Who is this guy? Hamlin. Maybe I'll do a search for Hamlin after I'm done with the overnight lines. Newman. Who the fuck is that? Blaney. Hamlin. Who the hell is that? Denny Hamlin. I'm going to look into it. Shout out to Tasha M., Deer Slayer Ski, Boston Nick, Cove Corleone. All right, that's it for today's show. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday card.